Hello and welcome to the Benjamin Zulu Show. How are you doing? Zulu, how are you doing?
I'm good. Oh, today you're bright, pink here, and you told me this is orange?
This is orange and pink.
Wow, today you're here.
Nico
The energy is up.
So let's get to it. You say
Yes.
there are people who will give you the life that you want in form of, comfort and status. And there are those who will give you the love you want in form of romance and a sweet connection. And I'm here wondering, why not both? Why do we have to separate the two? Can't I get the best of the, both worlds?
This is because where we are coming from, whenever you say you're getting married, people want to know the status of who is marrying you.
Okay.
And you are more respected, or it seems more acceptable if the person has a name, money, car, where do they want, the child of who and who, if it's a home of a respectable person, member of parliament, politician,
yes,
wealthy.
Yes.
It seems now like you have made quite a choice.
Yes.
And where we are coming from, it was the name existing now that was given importance.
Yes.
Culture has glorified the present status over the future. In fact, they don't ask anything to do about the future. So, we have been cultured to mix love with status. From the time we started hearing about love and getting married. The other thing is because even we as men, you may think the status is just to us. Yes. The lady looks like whoever she will marry will give her that kind of life. That kind of life he has. And there before it was, if Mikali is dressed nice, it's about that guy. Oh, where does the husband work? Oh, yes. What does the husband drive? Oh, did you see? Oh, did you see? They always try to interpret how you look according to who you marry to.
Yes.
Now, to us, it was more, if you marry to a well-connected people, you'll go far. In fact, many people would look at that as if it's the ticket now to a good life. And it was a very short-sighted. I think there was a time I asked, one of the big people was telling us he picked from the ground, developed himself, and his children were grown now. And one time I just dared to ask myself, that time when you were picking from the ground,
yes,
and you married, both of you, they were telling us it started grassroots.
Yes.
I wondered, you did not have any status, you just started. Why can't you believe we can do the same? Because in the same mouth, they are speaking two things with the same mouth.
Okay.
Say, marry somebody who has something, but me I started with nothing.
Okay. So where's the problem?
Yes,
why would you say this and then do the other?
The general that they said we were too young and philosophical, we don't understand, they dismissed. We were still young anyway.
Okay.
So, and part of the problem for us as men is that we came to value one, where the girl comes from. Number two, how she looks, how she stuns people, how stunning she is, and how she looks almost like exotic, like you brought her from another place. It was the physique, and now that's the songs we sing. When we sing songs about our lovers, we describe how they look, the shape they look like, and it's all about the looks and where she comes from. And that becomes now, in fact, when you marry from a far off place, another tribe, that she will just be labeled as that guy brought a girl from the coast.
That is the truth.
That guy brought a girl from Kisumu.
Yes.
It will all be about that. The physicalities, the region born, or how she looks. Oh, have you seen that guy's?
Yeah.
He has done it. That guy.
It is so true.
I know the guy who get Mikali will have done it. From the eyes of community. She will show up like this, and they're like, yes. So they validate by the looks, everything by the looks.
Yes.
But I was telling you, we did a show with another lady to talk about how to date when you're popular. And we were saying that being known by many people is a good thing and a bad thing for a lady.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
So those who would have genuinely desired a life with you fear that you are not available, that you are on too many people after you, that you may not listen to them. How do they even reach you? Do you respond to messages? They fear. So the screen makes you larger than life. People begin to think you are not really reachable or something like that. And one of the problems, I'm talking about status and the physicalities affect both genders.
Okay.
So eventually we are being made to think we have to choose either of two. That people who have genuine love don't have a lot to offer. Those who give you their heart, those who are available, those who listen, those who don't lie, don't cheat, those who don't have too much, those who are sincerely for you don't have much to offer. And this has got into our heads as we grew up to treat genuine love as weakness. So when you see somebody who's genuine and they are available for you, you think it's because nobody else wants them.
Are we going to eat love?
And they ask that question. You hear a lot if you tell your parents that you prefer another guy who does not have a car to the one who has car. Mom got to that practical side.
Yeah.
Most mothers, at least, by asking you now, surely be practical.
Yes.
Your shoes need money. Yes. You need a good house. You know.
They need to keep you the way we kept you.
I mean, so the guy you're bringing, even if he may have been, you see, vision is not visible now. It's only visible to the one who can see it. That's a problem with vision.
That's true.
It's vision, but it's not visible. And you might be the one who was connected to sense who has a dream. And my girl had to make that kind of a choice practically, because the guy would come to where she was working with a car, very good car, and buy everybody lunch. And I told you, be careful.
I wanted to ask about you, but then I just decided.
Okay, please, let's not go that direction. I never bought community lunch because I couldn't afford it. Yeah. So one of the things I noticed is you need a particular. At the time I was asking her what was her philosophy, because she was making decisions that I don't expect from that age group. They are too far ahead of her. You know, because everybody, her boss, other people were saying, finally you are lucky. Look at this guy, generous, he was me. I mean, and she was disinterested. He would drive in and she goes out. So other ladies are, connect me to that guy you're missing. Yes. So, and she was saying, I just didn't feel it. I mean, that's what I was looking for. This outside pomp has its place, but doesn't move me.
Okay.
And I've told guys who are depending on their status to get a wife that real women are not moved by pomp. In fact, it will help you to tone down when you're going to her.
That is the truth.
Don't come with all this vulgar, this shout, this noise. No. Come like a human being.
Yeah.
She will see that you are quite somebody, you have worked on your life. She'll appreciate how much you have worked on your career. Yeah. Because again, you don't want lazy people. But many times they want to know, who are you really?
Away from all of that.
You know?
Yes.
So, and I was telling guys that I was very daring. We had already been encouraged, don't fear a lady as long as she's single. Don't care about the screen she's in. In fact, yes, she admires boldness. True women admire boldness. Just attempt. What do you stand to lose? Just inbox. Try, attempt, show up. I mean, many times you cannot, even ladies when they're married, they're impressed by a guy who's making the right efforts. And sometimes they compliment you. Me, I'm married, but I like your effort. You will find. Yeah. You're doing it right. You know?
Yes.
Many times I've had my wife impressed by a guy who took a very polite and respectful yet bold step.
Yeah.
You know, to ask for connection, to introduce himself and say he's searching. And he likes how you present yourself. He was wondering if you mind. And you say, you're doing it right. I'm not available myself, but with this approach you will get. I wish men could get that. You know, not high. You know that high they come.
Get out of my DM. Get out.
So the first problem is that we value how where a person is now.
Yes.
The second thing is, true love is not loud. It's not very impressive. It's not the person who comes with a clean heart and who sincerely loves you will rarely have a lot to be voted for by your circles.
Aha.
Be careful.
Okay.
Your friends groups, your boys, your girls, when you finally meet the solid person, only those who share your kind of worldview will see it. Only those. And this kind of a person may already have something to impress people, or they may not. When you're marrying for the first time in Africa, many of us are picking from the ground. And the person is picking from the ground. What they have is skills, drive, decisiveness, courage. They don't have this. What can buy money now? No. They don't have that now. Yeah. They might be on entry-level jobs. You know?
Yes.
So the problem is because society has valued money status and they have not valued true love. The second problem is we are being told that that love and that money, that status will be brought by the other person. That is the problem.
Okay.
And many girls are being told to study and marry a rich man so they can have a good life.
Yes.
They're being told to not to. And you hear, because as I told you, you're receiving a baton from women who are coming from very bad culture.
Yeah.
The women who are teaching you about marriage, be very careful, please. See what they're teaching you. That generation of mothers, they were given everything by the man. Social recognition, social acceptability, identity. They were even forced to introduce, you are the wife of who? Even in social settings. It was not enough to say, I'm Mary.
Maybe, well.
Imagine if you had to justify you are acceptable enough for somebody to see a wife in you. You know? So, and for us men, whenever you are called, if I appear and I'm doing something and somebody mentioned I'm divorced, somebody mentions I'm not married, so you think, is this guy gay? Is he even normal? Is he straight? What kind of fella is this? There was a lot of suspicion if I look grown and I'm not married.
There still is right now. Yeah.
But society has so moved that we have had world influencers who are not married.
Yes.
Whole people are being forced to accept their message.
Absolutely.
Oprah Winfrey has been known all over the world. And she's one person who chose not to marry. Those baby, spare me that. I think I'm too. I said for about 25 years or 30 years she was living when it's dark and coming back when it's dark. She was asking now, be practical.
See, how would I have done it?
And I liked that sobriety to say, I don't have a space for it.
Yeah.
My children are out there. She adopted children,
many.
South Africa, where there's a time she stayed with Nelson Mandela for 10 days in his house. Can you imagine a visit of 10 days?
10 days.
To learn the master, to observe him.
Yes.
She knew a family won't accommodate. And I'm not saying you cannot work while you still a family, but the level of job she wanted to do.
Yeah.
Where she wanted to take her career. She knew she's better off parenting us.
Absolutely.
There are many other ways of being a mother.
Yeah.
There are many other ways of being a father. So we are coming from a place where being married look like you must. And therefore it look like once you're married, now that status validates you as normal, as acceptable, as good. Now you can advise us, now you can talk, now you can have church leadership. Today churches still discriminate.
Yes.
Without you changing as who you are. They'll strip you of all leadership if your marriage crumbles. And you have not changed who you are. You're still committed. You're still with God. The moment they hear Mwikali is married, you are stripped. You know. But as I told you, it is still male dominated. The churches that are led by women are those who are started by women. There are other churches. The Constitution provides. I'm not sure whether you're about to see a female pope in your life. I'm not sure.
I honestly, I can't. I have never imagined it.
So, thinking of other churches here, the bishops, the cardinals, you are not likely to see the top being a lady. And it has nothing to do with God. It's everything to do with us. It's everything to do with us. Where we wanted to put the woman. Where we made it look like that's how it's supposed to be. You know. They told you Deborah rose up and rescued the whole of Israel. A mother and a wife and a judge. Judge means governor. A governor, a leader, a sort of like a prime minister or president, the leader of the country.
Yes.
Was a lady who was married and also a mother. But when it reached there, it was the days of. Deborah rose in the days of. Those days are not named after women. It was after the men.
Yeah.
But because they did not step up to the duty, she stepped up and saved the whole country. When you study scripture, you realize the biasness came from us. It was not from God. So the second problem is we expect our lifestyle to be imported by who we marry, to be brought to us. Now, what is the solution? Who should you choose then? You don't choose the one who gives you the life or the one who gives you the love. The reason you are choosing that way because you have nothing to offer yourself. They are choosing you. You're not choosing them. If you're depending on your charm to slay just the right guy,
and that's all you have to offer.
If you love has levels, and when you are very stunning, you will arouse the sensual level of love, and people will crush on you and imagine deflowering, getting to feel, being with you physically. They will admire your body, they will admire your physical charm. And that has its place. It was meant for other purposes. People just abuse it. That's the icing of the cake. That's what we can see of the cake. That's the top level of the cake. That's the sweet sugar of the cake.
Yes, the icing sugar.
The real substrate are what we'll take and judge the baking by.
There's not the icing.
They don't bake icing. They just pour it. Apply on top and do some writing and some makeup, really. So what they do to finish is where many people stop.
Okay.
How can you stop with the finishing? Let's remind people, while we admire the finishing, it's only the finishing.
It is only the finishing.
Please.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah.
If you do a house finishing well, it will make it pop, spark, mix the colors right, do the final touches well. But where do you spend the money? What really took you the time, the planning, the drawings, the architectural? Where did you have to invest to dig up? Where did you have to put substrate of strength? The structure.
That's true.
As we do the makeup, as we do the dressing, as we do the suit, as we do the cologne, let's remember that's only the finishing.
Yeah.
If you only do a good finishing for a house, but it is weak in structure, it will still fall. Finishings don't stop, they fall. They don't withstand the storms. They don't withstand the shake. They don't stand the test of time. Finishing has its place for aesthetics and the feel. Please stop interpreting. It's very important to think about finishing only when you remember it's only a
finish. That's it. That's where it ends.
Yes.
Where is the structure?
Very good. Very good. Who is this person? So the solution is, number one, start by buying the ticket to those things yourself.
Okay. Continue. I like it.
Start by acquiring the ticket to love life yourself.
Yes.
And whatever love means to you, even if it's romance or happiness, I hope it means simply richness of life. Hope love is not just the icing. You should go to the intensity and how wide you can live and how good places you can visit, good people you can meet. The capacity to live life to the full. That's what our Lord meant when he said, I came that it may have life and have it to the full.
Yes.
He was talking about a full life that is not inhibited by anxieties and deprivation and poverty and oppression and pain. And he meant a life that is full, rich. So plan yourself quietly on how you're going to live a rich life without importing a rich person to give it to you. And then purchase the ticket. You may not travel yet. And when I say purchase the ticket, I mean lay the foundation.
Yes.
Think of the kind of career, the kind of money, the kind of income that can give you that life, and then acquire the education, acquire the training, acquire the skills. Please join the corporate ladder, at least at the bottom.
At least.
Join,
Start somewhere.
please. Work on that as the foundation. What we are discussing today are laws of love. I'm developing a way people can stratify, can learn one body of knowledge together.
Okay.
And I realize our training is grounded around laws of love, the laws of relationships, and the laws of mastering your craft, yourself, your personal life.
Okay.
So I'm grouping them together so that it's easy to tell. Which one do you want and where is it? This one is about the principles. The principle here is the laws of love. There is a way to do love right. So the way to do now, today we're discussing the love versus the life. So the life is the wealth, the status, the creature comforts, the prestige. That one, decide it yourself. And then decide what kind of money, what kind of jobs, what kind of life is that. And then acquire, package yourself. Do the digging in that direction yourself.
Okay. Okay.
You wanted to be on screen. You did not say you marry a Jeff Koinange or somebody on screen to take you there.
No.
You said I'll go to school.
Yes.
I'll acquire the training.
Yes.
No, you're on screen. Number 2 is love. So the life is prepare for it yourself. The other thing is love. Now, when you talk of self-love, it's not romantic, but it's more important than romance, because without it, you can't even experience romance. Self-love is mentioned a lot, but it's not explained a lot.
Please explain.
Many people don't know what it means, because they don't buy yourself flowers. If you buy yourself, there's no
Take
feeling.
yourself to dinner.
It does not have the feeling.
Go to the spa.
I mean, you can go. Romantic love involves sharing, and when there's no sharing, it does not have the essence.
Yeah.
Romance is about another admiring you, and giving you that thrill, that feeling of closeness, and not being judged, being embraced for who you are, and being made to imagine and think and feel. Romance is that direction. Self-love is self-appreciation. Self-appreciation means being able to acknowledge the milestones you've done and not to underestimate yourself. Those who don't have self-love, they do not remember anything good they've done. They remember all bad things. Those who have self-love will appreciate, I know I've made mistakes, but again, I've also made milestones.
Yes.
I am capable. This is evidence
That I did it.
the fact that I made anything out of that kind of background.
Yes.
This is not pride. This is self-appreciation. I stayed into the night. I cracked. I worked. I sweated. I held myself. The fact that I've not shattered my life into pieces, and I know others who did. We were many, and I know many who took the easier route. The fact that I stayed it this long, I know I'm not nothing. That's the first level of self-love. Concrete self-appreciation. This is not just self-praise coming from, oh, I'm the king, oh, I'm the queen. Those are things you write for fun.
Yes.
When it comes down, when you're alone, what makes you face another challenge? I know another that was like this one, and I still conquered it.
Yeah.
David knew himself. He said, I've killed other things before. I've met other challenges that wanted to eat my sheep.
Yes.
There's another one here, but this is not my first one. Confidence comes from remembering things you've achieved, you've conquered in the past. So you appreciate who you are and the things you've done right. The second thing is to accept that you're beautiful, you're handsome, you're valuable, you're rare, you're unique. Accept it as a fact, not as a feeling.
No.
Because feelings fluctuate. Now, when you become self-aware, you realize that there's a program installed in you by God to function a certain way that nobody else can function in.
Okay.
The combination of your voice and your personality and your flavors and your eyes, your looks, how you exist in the world, that flavor of energy is not replicable. As I told you, there's a mistake with the twins to think they're a replica of each other. And when you test their DNA, they are very different.
Yeah.
They only look physically alike. And many times, if they're not taught to both be friends but still individuate to their unique identities, they get lost in each other. That has been a phenomenon with the twins. It's just been studied. They said twins affect each other's development so extremely that you can't leave them to themselves. Parents have been advised to give them different names, or at least to stop buying them, especially when they are identical.
Yeah.
Don't buy them everything the same. They'll never remember that they are different.
Okay.
They will influence each other without judgment. When you do something, I follow. When you do, I follow. Eventually, one of them becomes more dominant. Even when there are 2 or 3 or 4,
Yes.
eventually one of them against leadership becomes more assertive. They are not the same. Ask the parent, and they will tell you who is more assertive.
Yes.
The parents know. I know who did this. It's no. This one. It's the other one. Their personalities even become different, and one of them gains more power. The other one beginning to follow. And don't be deceived by the clothes they wear and how they look seated there. No, go beyond. Go beyond. When you know who you are, you realize a uniqueness you carry that even your brother or your twin sister or anybody does not have. And God does not repeat himself. He did not reproduce you and copy paste. You may have been born on the same day, like those twins of Jacob, Isaac. So that you have Jacob here, you have Esau here, born same day, but their personalities are very different. And they were not identical. They were just like brothers born on the same day. Sometimes you have brothers who are born same day, but it was one cell that divided. And when you look at the biological process, you may mistake yourself to think we must be one person. No. when you realize you have a uniqueness, and that gives me a lot of comfort. Helps me to see it cool when another one is shining. They can't shine in my place. That gives me a lot of comfort.
Absolutely.
So self-love begins with self-appreciation, looking at the things you've conquered and say, this is not aggrandizement or pride. Say, that was quite something. I know others who did not come this far.
Absolutely.
And that was, you tell yourself, good job. Quietly.
We don't walk this journey a lot.
Very good.
Most of the times we are busy raising others or looking outwardly instead of looking inwards to see who we are, what we are about, and some of the battles that we've actually conquered.
When you pass exams, congratulate yourself. When you fail one, you need to say you've passed 5, you failed 1. You will make it. Go on, just go. We have Kenyan School of Law that people fail a lot. And I have a friend in Zambia who tells me Ziale, the equivalent of that advanced legal education. They fail the same. We have a bottleneck where the professors and that communities try to restrict how many are coming in. So they confine, they put a lot of barriers to entry because they want it to mean a more exclusive club.
Okay.
You go to places where you've never failed exams or you've never failed and you failed the first time. If you don't remember things you did right, this one will crush you.
That is true.
This will crush you. You can't face Goliath if you've never faced a bear, a fox, another smaller thing. The second thing is to know you are unique. There's a reason you are here, nobody else can do it. Quietly. That you need to evolve to that. That you grow into.
Yeah.
Because many times your parents didn't tell you that. You are a group of children and they regarded you as a group. They fed you the same, did things for a group of you. So this one, only a parent who is enlightened will instill uniqueness to their children. Many times they are too busy to get that personal. They deal you as a group. You, give your younger that one. You, I said this, don't stress me out. Eat that and go sleep. So you handle like a group.
Yes.
When you grow, you realize, I'm unique. Joseph, I'm unique.
Yes.
My path is unique.
Yes.
You begin to realize, oh, Esther, all right. Many people made anything of their life started by realizing how different they were. So self-appreciation, love comes from self-love, and self-love involves many ingredients. So I just wanted to mention 2. Maybe I can also add to you that the other uniqueness is to appreciate your physical attractiveness or anything physical that you admire about yourself. You need to, you dress, you feel nice, you put a shoe, it comes out well, or you have a good voice. You need to have qualities about yourself that you're quite happy with. Please.
Absolutely.
Please. Make sure you're happy about something about your physique. Do you know why? Because there's something you will not be happy with. And if you don't focus on the one you're happy with, the one you're not happy with will make you hate the whole of you.
Absolutely.
You don't like your nails, but in the meantime you have nice hair. People keep admiring your hair.
Let's just focus on that.
You know, people. I realize some ladies are happy with their lips. And they may be happy with their lips, they're happy with their legs, happy with their... And then there's something, a scar they have somewhere which makes them uncomfortable, uneasy. If you do not remember the good things about yourself, that one bad thing will cloud your thinking.
Yeah.
So it's physical, appreciating your looks. So self-love is the first place you start to prepare for love. Do you know why? When a lover comes and they love something you already love about yourself, you'll agree with it.
That's true.
When I see how much you have journeyed and kept yourself in one piece, and I compliment it, and it's something you are conscious of, that it was not automatic.
Yeah.
There were many temptations and trials. It took effort to come this far, and I have appreciated it. In fact, you like me because I'm aware of what it has taken you
Absolutely.
to be who you are.
Yes.
And the same way we clap for you when you win, we also discard those who give up. There are many people who do not come this far and they will never date the people you're dating. They'll never meet the people you're meeting, make the kind of money you're making, go to places you're going. Because they took the easier route after Form 4, after Class 8 in campus. They took the easier route, got into indulgence, into this and the other, and they suffered the consequence. Now they are managing problems at your age. Your life is not problem-free. We are not saying it is perfect. But we are saying the journey you've come has paid off. The reason you need to prepare to love yourself in terms of appreciating the journey you've come and the milestones you've conquered, the difficulties you've surmounted, to remember how unique you are, and the role you are here to serve on earth cannot be competed for by another person. You have hard work to do. You have to know how to show up for interviews. You have to know how to package yourself. You have a thing to do, but you have a silent assurance that your unique combination of qualities is irreplaceable. And God confirmed it by giving you even the pattern of your fingers.
Yes.
I mean, how do you have 7 billion who don't?
Imagine that. Fantastic.
You know,
fantastic.
there's something about me that as long as I know how to make it, to develop it, you guys, remember, you will never replace me.
Yeah.
So the other thing is to know how attractive you are. Why? These things are the ones that your lover will appreciate.
Yeah.
And when they appreciate them, you agree with it. Those who put you down and describe you badly, despise your efforts, those who overlook your uniqueness, you will repel. So self-love becomes a gauge to either connect or disconnect with those who approach you. Now, it also becomes a measure of motives.
Yep.
Those who mean well will notice your effort, just like you have noticed your effort, and you can also notice other people's effort.
Yes.
The fact that you have assessed your journey and the difficulties, and as I told you, givers connect with the givers because they know the pinch of giving and the sacrifice of self-denying to give another. They connect to that level of effort. There are people who drive the type of cars and they park, they connect immediately. The cars connect them. The level of life they're at.
Yeah.
What it took you to think that way to acquire this kind of car, we connect there.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
The kind of, there are hotels people meet and the environment there is communal and easy. The restaurants, some restaurants that are 5-star, by the time you bring yourself here, you must be somebody. The golf club. People connect around standards of living that you must have possessed a certain kind of thinking to come here.
Yeah.
So we connect on that level. When you know yourself and you appreciate who you are, you possess that kind of thinking that attracts sincere appreciation. So what is the solution then? Don't choose either or. First of all, get it yourself.
Fantastic.
Put the foundation.
Yes.
Prepare for it. You may not
Yes.
have enough time to become wealthy first, but you must have the time to prepare to be wealthy first. Number 2, prepare the foundations of self-love. And it is not easy, it takes a lot of time, because sometimes it may be coming from self-criticism, be coming from things about yourself that you are compared at school. The people put you down. People started complaining about my head and my hair. I don't know what they had up. you know, I can't see it unless I use a mirror. Then they can see it. So they kept commenting.
Yes.
And because I can't see what they're commenting, I kept brushing it off. So
You did a good job.
I came from a place where I had to convince myself, even if they are complaining, it's okay. I came to realize that they were complaining about my head and I was scoring better than in primary school.
Yes.
Mine showed up very early.
Okay, that's early.
My Y chromosome was very strong. So, and they were saying, I came to realize, if I was asked to change, I wouldn't pick yours.
That's the thing.
Wait, because many times many of those who are ridiculing me the sharpest. I'm getting 92, they're getting the reverse of 92 in mathematics. If you have 28, if I was asked between this and that, no, please, thank you. So is to say you prepare to get it yourself, so that the people are looking for them, because they will not look for a person who has a life without, they have a life, they're looking for another one who has a life.
Yes.
Life.
Yes.
They will also identify you because you're already now a member of that club.
Oh my God. You see, we talk about many things, Zulu, but it comes back to you.
Exactly.
It comes back to you. How much invested are you in your life? Where are you at? For you to demand those things out of the other person, do you have such for yourself to give? And as we come to the conclusion of this, acquire the ticket for the lifestyle you want in form of basic qualifications and laying foundation for a career that can finance that kind of life. Then learn how to appreciate and treat yourself well, and how to enjoy your own company. Now suddenly you'll realize you're equipped with fundamentals of both a good life and love itself. And so you not only qualify to ask for both, but you also attract others just like yourself. That's it. That's all we had for you. Adios.